they came in one at a
I screamed
time?
him. I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm coming back to you. There's a few rangers and some more coming. I was thinking, try to get the big rock. I'll body block if you. Yep, go ahead.
Oh, I'm dead.
Body blocks. No, you're not. Body blocking.
Oh, I'm outrunning
This is
you.
what good
Hold up.
teammates do.
Hold up.
No, just keep going. Just keep. Motherfucker.
Okay.
Motherfucker, the big three. It's just big me.
I want this weapon over Serenity.
I'm vault kicking in. Sweeping again.
Got him too.
Reverbing. There is a healer in the group, Swifty.
Oh, that guy in the back is a Burninator fiend.
Yeah, I've X'd him a couple times. Keep moving. More came up. I'll body block for you. Go to.
I'm gonna scream this guy. Burn him.
All right, say less. I keep getting CC'd. I can't do shit. My bad.
All right. Backing up.
Reverb the healer. Healer's dead.
Is Foley who I need to pay?
Got him. Play for your life. Play for your life.
Ah!
E-man, you're by yourself with one, I think. I got the other two up here on me. And they are dotting the ever-living piss out of me.
Oh, I just ate that javelin for you.
It's the last three right here, man. I got a fucking... Cujo is an easy kill. Kunji, the Inferno dude, he's an easy kill.
Damn, I didn't know I had fucking 500 doubloons on me.
Can't do anything to keep running away.
Got
from
one.
me. Nice. Coming back to you. So, getting Kunji. Kunji's almost dead. Oh, no, he potted though, so he's done. Let's finish this.
Remember to leave the last guy.
Reverbed.
Let's go, dude. Alrighty, guys. I got another build video for y'all. This is the Abyss Void Gauntlet build. You guys have been recommending me to do a build like this for some time. So without further ado, we have 5-piece shuriken heals. I got haste and vigor on the helmet. Very good perk. Reduces the potency of incoming dot effects by 7%. And it also gives us that 10% haste for 5 seconds. Having extra movement speed is very important when fighting outnumbered. And then we're running featherweight as our artifact armor to put us in medium equip load while running 3 pieces of heavy. I've got a piece of frigid dawn and another piece of frigid dawn, so 2 pieces of frigid dawn. And then I have heavy metal slips. This is from the PvP reward track, as well as the Helm of the Bear too. But I put on slowing tether on the body to give us another form of slow. It reduces their movement speed by 32% for 3 seconds. And then it also gives tether disintegrate on application. Slowing tether is a must-have perk. Now, I didn't have room to put enfeebling maelstrom on because we're running 2-piece frigid and shirking heals. Now, if you wanted to switch out the hasted vigor piece and put on enfeebling maelstrom, you could do that. But I think we're about capped right now as far as our weapon perks go, and to have the most amount of mitigation possible in medium equip load. Then of course we have 5 abyssal rune glasses on the armor to give us that extra 10% void damage. And then my resistances, this is what we're looking at right now. We've got 14.5% slash, 4.5 strike, 19.9% thrust damage, 14.5 standard, 6% across the board, and then 11% for fire damage resistance. That is with 3 opals, 2 onyxes, 2 moonstones and 1 ruby. You could honestly drop a moonstone and put another onyx in to give us a little bit more strike resistance, but this is a very good resistance spread. I'm actually liking this setup a lot more than running 5 opal 3 moonstone, but if you guys want to switch that up to your liking, feel free to do so. Now, of course, the abyss, man, I've been wanting to go back to this artifact for some time. This is one of my favorite artifacts in the game. It is so unique and just, it's so cool. And plus the aesthetic with the weapon, how it has that cool, you know, void glow. It is so cool. So Darken Blade, 99% of damage is converted to void, and if intelligence is higher, replace base weapon scaling with intelligence. Abyss, deal 15% more damage when mana is below 100%. So that's very important to note when running Void Gauntlet or any other magical weapon with Abyss. We want to be able to drain our mana at will. We don't want anything to give us any form of mana regen as possible. Now that is very difficult given the changes that happened when you would heavy attack. You could drain your mana. Now that is no longer the case. You can't do that anymore. It used to be a passive. If you selected it, heavy attacks would not drain mana, but they did away with that, and it ended up indirectly nerfing the abyss because now you have to find other avenues to quickly drain your mana to have that damage uptime. But with Void Gauntlet, we are able to drain our mana very well, as I will show you guys our skill tree in just a moment. But I went ahead and put on Crippling Reap on the weapon. Targets hit by Reap are slowed, reducing movement speed by 50% for 4 seconds. I think this is a very, very good perk to run if you're doing Crippling Reap. If you are doing if you're not running Crippling Reap, obviously don't run this. Either run Maelstrom, Enfeebling Maelstrom. You could do that, or Insatiable Gravwell. If you're doing Gravwell, those are 2 very good perks to run on Abyss, or even Trench and Strike. Trench and Strikes are very strong too. As far as the Void Gauntlet goes, this is what we have right now. We have Abyssal Attunement, Plague Crit, and Putrefying Scream to have most amount of anti-heal you could possibly have with Plague Crits and Putrefying Scream. This setup is so nice. You guys, if you're not able to pick up a Void Gauntlet with these 3 perks, there is a named Void Gauntlet called Hades Fury. It's very easy to obtain over in Elysian Wilds. The boss is called Warpig Fire Thorn. He can be found over here, or another spawn is right over here. Feel free to pause the video or take a screenshot to save these locations. This is for the Hades Fury Void Gauntlet. It rolls with Keen and Putrefying Scream. Then you can go ahead and put Plague Crits on that to give you a very nice Void Gauntlet just by farming it from a world boss that is very easy to kill solo. And it also drops Tanglevine gear if you are searching for those items as well. Then of course, I'm running Stone Form, Mending Form at that. I run this Heart Rune on all my builds. It's very important when fighting Outnumbered. And now I'm running Ankh for my artifact jewelry. Now I know I might get flamed in the comments, you know, like, dude, you know Ankh, it destroys your lifesteal. And yes, may that be so. I've come to find that even with Ankh, I am still getting a ton of healing back from my Great Axe and Void Gauntlet, given the 25% weaker lifesteal that you get with running Ankh. I've also found that my survivability is much better when I'm running Ankh with this setup because I'm running 5p shuriken heals. And then when we go to the attributes, we will be minimizing that lifesteal fall off with Ankh by just adding some stuff to our attributes. And we'll also have Divine on Ankh, so that already brings it down 10%. So now it's only 15% weaker just from having Divine on our amulet. I went ahead and put Thrust Protection on this. Thrust Protection is really nice. You could do Slash Protection as well. I know those two are very universal and they cover vast majority of weapons and damage types. And then with my ring, I've got a intelligence ring with crippling to increase our base duration of slows we apply by 24%, and void damage, of course, and then hardy to give us 10% to our max stamina. And lastly, we've got an earring with intelligence, healthy toast, healing heart to give us that nice burst heal when we use our heart rune, and then regenerating, of course. Moving on to the attributes, I've got 25 into strength to give us 5% to our light attack damage, 357 into intelligence, 50 focus to give us that 10% to incoming healing, because now that reduces that pain point while running Onk. Now we only have a 5% reduction to our life steal, and just like that, we've minimized it very well, so it's not so much of pain points. And like I said, I still get a ton of healing with this setup while running Onk. You could drop Onk and run a leeching void damage ring, no issues. I just have found that I survive a lot better while running Onk. And then we're running 200 con to just give us that extra 10% to our resistances, since we are running featherweight with 4 pieces of heavy to push our resistances to the max as much as possible. Moving on to the skill tree, this is what I am running for Great Axe. Feel free to pause the video or screenshot and change it up to your liking. Like I always say in all these videos, this is a template. What works for me may not work for you. Feel free to customize it to your liking. This is the setup for Maelstrom and Crippling Reap. It will look a lot different if you drop Crippling Reap, but what is most important and universally used with Great Axe is making sure you run Bloodlust. Bloodlust is very important when looking at a foe within 14 meters. You move 20% faster and gain in power, dealing 15% more damage. That is so important. And this build will be able to catch all of the runners that try to run away from you. They just can't. It is amazing. That's one thing that I really like about this build is no one can outrun you. You will always be on their hip, and 9 times out of 10 when they're running, they're low health, so you will secure the kill. As far as the Void Gauntlet goes, this is what we are running at the moment. Is a very good setup. Now, I know this is a very good passive for the tether. However, in order to get Soul Eater, we have to run tethered focus, and we don't want this. The plus 200% mana regeneration while the tether is active. We do not want any form of mana regeneration as possible. Now, we can't mitigate all of it, but this is just too much because we are going to be using our tether a lot, and I can't have that much mana regeneration right now because it would completely defeat the purpose of running Abyss, because we would be losing out that 15% bonus damage, and that is very important. And then some advice I could give you guys while running this build. A lot of times I will start out with the Void Gauntlet, get some medium attacks in, and then I want to hit them, get them with a tether, follow up with like a medium weave into an orb. If they're far away like that, I will just hit the ability. But if they are up close, I will purge the orb right away, just like this, to get really good damage, and then follow up with like another medium weave, and then catch him with the scream, switch to the Great Axe, get a couple lights in, hit him with the Maelstrom. They will try to back up and then secure the kill with the Crippling Reap with a follow-up. Sometimes I will use my charge as another form of an attack while in a combo. For instance, getting those lights to stack our empower for Maelstrom, and then I'll follow up with the charge, and it will be point blank, and it'll stop me immediately to do that extra 100% damage from charge. And then they will, try to run away from you, and you finish them with a Crippling Reap. This build is a ton of fun, guys. I think you will come to enjoy this. It is by far one of the best builds to counter all these runners that are trying to run away from you in OPRs and open world PvP. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, be sure to drop a like if you enjoyed. We are on our way to 1,000 subs here on the channel. You guys have been killing it with the support lately. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. I'm doing a new build video every Sunday for the remaining of season 7, so there will always be something to come back to here on the channel. I've been streaming almost every day over on Twitch, twitch.tv/emandidit. Download in the description. As always, guys, I'll catch y'all in the next one.